Warning! The following video contains spoilers for No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle. If you don't want major points of the plot ruined, then you may want to reconsider watching this video, at least for now.
Also, lots of people die and there's a lot of cartoony blood. Just so you know.
So let's talk about Suda51's cult classic series No More Heroes, which is certainly known for its unique cast of characters.
The majority of these characters are the boss enemies faced by Travis Touchdown, the ranked killers of the United Assassins Association.
Amongst the assassins of No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle, one of the most well-remembered is its penultimate title holder, Alice Twilight.
Armed with 6 beam katanas and enough self-reflection skills to affect an emotionally stunted otaku, Alice is an awesome fighter, an important companion piece to Travis's development, and a fascinating character in her own right. Hey, I'm the Autarch.
And I'm the Kitsune Hawk, and today we'll be breaking down the inspiration behind the UAA's second-ranked assassin, Alice Twilight.
So get out your pencils, trivia enthusiasts, because this is character development. Let's start by looking at Alice's name for a moment. Alice's last name, Twilight, is likely based off the title of a previous Suda51 game, known as Twilight Syndrome. The game is about a virus that turns people into rabid, violent killers as it spreads. If Alice's last name is a reference to Twilight Syndrome, it would make sense. Alice herself believes that she and the rest of the United Assassins Association are addicted to violence, a cycle that she laments she may never be able to escape.
This emphasis on violence and the overall cyclical nature of her situation brings to mind the Asura, a race of beings in Hinduism and Buddhism who are ranked below the gods but also above humanity, and are seen as embodiments of human vice.
In Hinduism, Asuras are filled with every possible vice, and are constantly battling with the Devas, beings considered to be higher in divine rank. Asuras are also known to interrupt the sacrifices performed by humans, much like how Alice is effectively a roadblock to Travis, and how he kills people to get a chance at revenge on the first-ranked UAA killer. More than any other assassin in the game, Alice is successful at this, as Travis's entire meeting with Alice finally makes him realize how damaging his lifestyle is to others and himself.
And when considering the Buddhist interpretations of the Asura, this requires reading between the lines in her meeting with Travis. Alice mentions that the members of the UAA are addicted to their own brutality in a vicious cycle from which they cannot escape. In Buddhism, Asura are considered one of the 4 unhappy reincarnations, usually of a person whose past life was filled with pride and/or violence. She also mentions wanting to be freed from this cycle, as if to be reincarnated away from her suffering.
Furthermore, Alice's weapon of choice is called the Asura 6, a mechanism that allows Alice to control and attack with 6 beam katanas. Aside from looking absolutely badass, it also reflects a common depiction of Asuras, where they're shown as having 6 arms and sometimes even multiple faces. Not that Alice has any more of those.
By taking the syllables of her Japanese name, Arisu, and rearranging them, you get the word Asuri. As it turns out, Asuri just happens to be the feminine form of the word Asura. Equally of note is how Sylvia refers to Alice as the last ascetic. Asceticism is a practice by which a person gives up worldly pleasures in order to pursue a specific goal. It isn't always religious, but is most closely associated with Hinduism and Buddhism.
This is in keeping with Alice's fanatical devotion to her lifestyle as an assassin. Though resenting her existence for it, she's so driven by her desire to fight and kill that she would shut everything else out of her life. When Travis first meets Alice, she's burning photos from her past. These include a photo of Alice with a man and a child, and several photos where she is standing with her fellow assassin, Margaret. It hasn't been confirmed what her relationships with these people are, but knowing her, that's likely what she'd want us thinking anyways.
But perhaps the most curious bit of trivia involves where the battle against Alice takes place, that being the game's third and final Akashic point. This leads us to Sanskrit, the liturgical language of Buddhism and Hinduism, in which the word Akashic translates as ether, an archaic term used to describe the essence that makes up the material world. In both religions, Buddhism more so than Hinduism, the material world is symbolic of human vice.
With that said, it's also unclear why Alice resides in the last Akashic point when she doesn't seem blatantly supernatural. Keep in mind, the previous 2 Akashic points housed an assassin who was the ghost of a dead child, and a woman with dangerous powers sealed off in a prison island. There are two most likely reasons as to why Alice would be found here. First is the possibility that she found this location as a way to escape from her past and kill all she likes, much like what Travis does when he finds the place. More interesting, though, is the idea that Alice herself might actually be an Asura, just as much a supernatural being as those found in the other two Akashic points. And with that, this has been Character Development. First of all, I'd like to thank Sam for bringing me on board this project, and I'd like to thank all of you for watching this episode. If you like trivia and the whole idea process behind character creation, then check out more episodes of the show, click the like button on this one to show your support, and subscribe. If you'd like to check out more of my work, while I've taken a temporary break from making videos of my own, I've been hard at work as part of the team behind Fiona Frightening and The Wicked Wardrobe. I edited the initial teaser for this in-development indie platformer a while ago, and if you check out the Azurous Studios channel, you can also find a few more updates for the game, including one that shows off a few of our 3D models. Thanks for watching, and take care.